Hi guys, welcome back to Vintage Automobilia's YouTube channel and welcome to the first of our official Workshop Wednesday videos. You can probably guess by the title that these are going to be little videos, hopefully every week. We'll try to bring you regular updates on the workshop and what we're doing here, as well as the projects we've got going on beside that. You might have noticed behind me already a new arrival sign. I'll take you over to have a look at that in a moment. Been a bit quiet here at the moment. Obviously we're at the start of January and it's lockdown 3 again. So yeah, hope you enjoy these. We'll try and bring you some more regular videos if you're bored and stuck at home and want something to watch. Hopefully you don't get bored of my ugly face and we can show you some wonderful bits of memorabilia instead. So one of this week's workshop jobs is that we want to get the cylinder head back on our case model Dex tractor here beside us. Unfortunately this had a cracked head and it needed a new head gasket. We had to get a replacement head for it as well. So my job today is to swap over some valve springs where some are broken on the replacement head, clean up all the valve stems, generally decoat the head and get it put back together, ready to go back on the tractor. This is the case Dex 1942. Rocker cover, all the push rods there, and our brand new gasket set in here. We'll keep that nice and dry and flat. So here are the two heads. You can see where this cylinder head has been badly cracked and frost damaged in the past and welded up. Now you can see there it's not very straight either. It's a bit of a warp in the edge there. This was leaking water past it, getting into the cylinders. These welds are not brilliant either. It's weeping in a couple of places. You can see just there where it's been weeping, so it's not taken very well. A good attempt by the previous owner, but we're going to replace it for this one. Now this is actually off a later tractor. It's a slightly higher compression. You can see the shape of the head there, the recesses for the valves compared to the circular ones here. The little pockets there where the valves sit, but this one they're just oval, so it is a higher compression head and it has beefier valve springs, being later, but quite a few of them we found are broken like this. So we're going to be swapping them all for the earlier springs off of the other head, which are slightly lighter weight as well and won't be quite as harsh in the tractor. It doesn't need to be a high performance like a car with these great big heavy springs. So we'll get those all swapped over and ready to go. I also have a brass wire brush here. We're going to just decoat these valves. They're a little bit caked up. We're going to soak them in a bit of brake cleaner and brush them off before they go back in as well. So here we are, all the valve springs are changed over. We've cleaned up all the valve stems and the valve guides as well while we're there, cleaned the valve seats and put them all back together. We have found a couple of broken springs, as you can see there. The bottom's broken on this one there, and that one. So it's a good thing we're changing those as well. Most of them are okay, but yeah, we'll keep a few bits there as spares. So that's now ready to give it a final little clean up and put it back on the tractor. What else have we got in the workshop? Well, I did say I'd show you this new arrival Michelin sign. Here we go. There's just a nice aluminium printed sign there with Mr. Bibendum on. A couple of little dinks, a little bit of overspray and that overpaint, but you know, it's got a good patina to it. That'll be a nice wall filler for someone and a good budget buy compared to an enamel version. Here's the back. So now a quick look at two new arrival enamel signs here at Vintage Automobilia this week. They came in this morning, on a very cold morning, and we've just unwrapped them. I just wanted to show you a quick look at cleaning up some of the dirt and stains on these enamels. So let's flick this round and have a look. So tools of choice right now are just some 000 very fine wire wool, rag and a bit of spray polish. Normally I would use a traffic film remover or degreaser as well. So what I will say is don't try this at home. This is the reason being is because there's many different ways to clean an enamel sign. A lot of people do use something abrasive and it's not always the best way because you can damage the fine glossy glass surface. So do remember that. What's happened here is a similar thing. Basically the top layer has gone and it leaves you this powdery look. These blobs are the glossy, high shiny surface in effect, that's basically just been eaten away over time. So I'm going to spray a bit of this on to lubricate. And the wire wool, very light. I'm not really scrubbing mega hard at all. And this is where a degreaser or something that actually eats the dirt away a bit is better. But you can already see that disappearing. So we can see up here, some of this is more fresh damage to the enamel. You can see the clean metal underneath and the fairly clean white edges compared to the really rusty, pitted and darker edges around here. But you can really see where the black staining, just dirt, has come away from the surface, leaving the red and the black and the general image behind. So we can do a similar thing over here on this one. So the sign's starting to look a lot better. You can see more colour, which is always a good thing. When you can't see colour, a sign just looks tatty at times. Some of it's a bit more grounding and won't come out, but we'll do our best. General condition of this sign, we probably won't go too far with it. It's got a nice patina to it, and someone will just enjoy it for what it is, I'm sure. So there we are, much nicer. You can see the colour back in the sign, you can see the edge better now, and you can see what is damage and what's still enamel. We also have some overspray and spots of paint you can see in general areas. That can be removed by the same method. Either a Stanley blade, just to scrape it off, or the wire wool. It will come off on the rust, no problem with the wire wool, but probably just need scraping off on the other areas. So that's our new arrival mobile gargoyle oil sign. We have another one, Goodyear tyres. And we can do much the same with this one as well. Not as bad for the staining, but we do have a few little areas where there's just a bit of dirt staining on the yellow, like there. We can remove that. So that's it from me today on this Workshop Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to subscribe and like as well if you've enjoyed this little video. Not too much, I'm afraid, because it's the first one of these we've done. Hopefully we'll have a bit more content for you over the course of the next week. So tune in next week to see what we've been up to. We will get this head back on the tractor over there as well and see if that will start and run properly. We'll keep you up to date of any signs, tins, pumps, whatever we've got coming. There's a few bits due to arrive soon, so we'll keep you updated of that as well. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.